Hey, Tone Deaf Monk here, bringing you another dongle review. It seems IM's really slowed down with all the tariff talk, and there's probably a crap ton of releases coming out for the Asian markets, but here in North America, probably not as much, understandably so, but dongles are coming hot and heavy. Here I'm bringing you NICEHCK, however you want to pronounce it. This is their Octave dongle. Comes in the two colors. This is the mauve. They call it purple. I like it. And yes, I asked for this color. So thank you to NICEHCK for the unit. $89. And this one I'm going to talk about. It was worthy because it has a couple unique features, and I think it has it's competitive for what it does have. And inside here is the Sabre ES9039Q2M DAC chip, in combination with my favorite op amps, the SGM8262s. Now, this little bad boy is packing a wallop of power too. I love this new series of dongles that are coming out lately with over 500 milliwatts of power. So that means you can drive your full-size headphone cans and pretty much any IM. So, and it boasts actually some pretty good specs. I mean, the dynamic range of over 130 dB, and again, signal to noise ratio, again, a very, very respectable 130 dB signal to noise ratio. So not cheaping out on the specs anywhere. One of the things I really loved about this little guy, a couple things, and I'm going to talk about some things that I didn't like. One is the 10-band PEQ application companion app that you can get. Now, in order to get it, you just simply have to scan the QR code, and it comes up with an Android app, and I'm not sure about iOS, sorry, that you then sideload the application. It's not on the Google Play Store, which isn't really a big deal. And it was perfectly safe, so I did it. I like their companion app very much. No nonsense, easy to use. And here's a couple screenshots of those. And I played around with it, and I really liked it quite a lot for how easy it was actually to use. Because if something's not easy, you're just not going to use it. So, and that in this price point kind of fits it between some of my other favorite dongles. And one was the EPZ TP35 Pro that has to use a third-party application to do an 8-band PEQ, which is kind of a weird thing. But that one also has a desktop companion app as well. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to a lot of those things. The EPZ is a little bit less than the, I should hold up the right one, the Octave. But I think some of the extra features like that really make this one, again, for $30 more. And the EPZ is only $60, so kind of puts it at, that's why it's my top pick for budget dongle. Really, really good value. And here is where I kind of will notice some of the differences. And it really fits in between a couple of my other favorites. One I just reviewed, which is the DD Hi-Fi called the E3. And I'll do a quick comparison against that. Shandling as well, called a UA6. And this is a different price point. So this is like 160, so double the price of the Octave. And they all have their niches. And when you're just choosing between dongles, you got to kind of pick and choose what's important to you. So, first off, in order to get its ideal sound signature, or what I perceive it's its sound signature, you have to use a bunch of different gear. So, different IMs, different headphones, and compare it sonically with the same gear to different other electronic devices. So, I did that, and this is kind of my conclusion. So, the first thing that I threw it up against was the EPZ, and I thought they were very close in sound quality wise. But my biggest takeaway there was that I really love the EQ function of the Octave more than I did using that third party. I really didn't like that third party software, the WalkPlay software that EPZ kind of partnered themselves with. You had to give out so much of your personal information that I didn't like that, where this one you did not with the NICEHCK. And that was one thing that it really kind of put me off on that other one. So sound quality wise, again, comparable. Power wise, more on the Octave. So I like that. Driving power as well. Now the only thing with the EPZ is it kind of made more sense on the function wise, on the buttons. Here it's quite self-explanatory. On the side there is a play, pause, and a up and down for volume controls, no track selection. And the gain switch on the other side here is not really marked as well. So those are a couple things that I would have liked to see better on this little dongle. They did actually manage to color code the little cord, but here's a shot of if you bought the first 300 of these, they threw in this MagSafe kind of color matched little thing. Doesn't actually work for my phone because it goes up too high and covers the camera. For me, using that, I buy a different branded one. What is this one called? Audio Hive. And even then, I still have to notch it out for my Samsung S24 Ultra, but at least the dongle sits lower in it. So that one works for me. In MagSafe for my S24 Ultra. And then the cord was long enough, but if not, I find these ones are a little too short. So I end up finding I have to use a different OTG cable as well. So the other thing that I did not like about this one, in my only real complaint, the other ones are just, superficial, is that it doesn't keep the memory. Every time you plug it in new, the volume will be at 100 out of 100. So when you plug it in and before you play music, make sure that you turn it down. And I really wish that they would put a memory function like DD Hi-Fi did on theirs, where it started up at 50% volume, right? So that was a good feature. So future-wise, keep that in mind. NICEHCK on that. Other than that, the sound quality of this little bad boy is quite impressive. Now, comparing it to these two, this is $106 and this is $90, so this one is $16 more. The couple of the things that I noticed, what I didn't like about the DD Hi-Fi was the buttons were hard to press and they're too recessed into the shell. And I do find that the light on it, the LED light, is super bright. So at nighttime, it's a bit annoying, where this one has a teeny little light just to tell you it's on and functional and working. And it was just the right Goldilocks volume or Goldilocks brightness. So that was quite nice. Also, I like the fact that their OTG cable, again, it's DD Hi-Fi, of course, known for their cables. It was super flexible. I like that. This one I found a little too short, a little too stiff. It looks pretty, but functional wise, not as much. And then compared to, I'll give you one more, which is the Shanling UA6 with a built-in battery. Why you would go to this one? Again, nice display. The buttons are customizable on their application with a EQ as well, but not PEQ, graphic EQ. So, and this one's $160, right? So this one fits the NICEHCK. And my conclusion about this little dongle is it sounds darn good. Almost as good as the DD Hi-Fi. Very close. And if I wasn't critically listening, just switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I would have said they sound very, very close. But on really critical listening, you can get a bit more clarity on the DD Hi-Fi, a bit bouncier bass on the i3 as well. And the clarity of the vocals come out a little bit more resolving in the i3, but they're very close. That's really it for the more money, but it doesn't have the PEQ function. So if that's what you're looking for, the $89 Octave would be a great choice. And if you wanted something that wasn't going to drain your battery, again, in my different levels of gear that I really like, then maybe the Shanling UA6. A little bit bigger body, again, nicer screen, but the button layout and the usability of it, and it has a built-in battery that's not going to drain your device it's pulling the signal from. So and there's so many dongles out there for you guys to choose from, but EPZ TP35 as a budget is my number one choice. This is coming right in there. It's going to slot in there as well, again, for budget choice with EQ, with a great EQ functionality. And then the DD Hi-Fi i3 as kind of like simple, clean, industrial sound with tons of power as well. And then the Shanling with battery, usability function, companion app, over-the-air updates. Not that you would probably do that on a dongle. That would be my choice as well. So I'm giving you 4 good choices, but in this review, the Octave finds a place in that, and the fact that it has great sound, great power at the 550 milliwatts, which is quite a lot. And just a couple things that might or might not set you off. And one that really did for me was that volume. But again, if this was, and I have a lot of dongles that I'm very fortunate to get and test. So, but if this was my main dongle, I would probably remember to turn the volume down before I hit play. Otherwise getting my ears blasted. But that's the only really negative thing I can say about this dongle. Well priced, good power, and great sound quality. So there you have it. Thank you so much. The Tone Deaf Monk out for now.